no! Okay, family, we're gonna try something a little bit different today. About a week ago, we platinumed Horizon Forbidden West. In about 7 to 9 days, we had about 85 to 90 hours crackhead. And I felt a little bit better because when Elden Ring came out, I seen a lot of other people putting that kind of time in. It's beautiful to see because we're having a great start to the year for 2022. However, I do think I want to try to give y'all something a little bit different. And today I'm going to tell y'all 10 things I liked and hated about Horizon Forbidden West. I do want to say early enough in the video that the game is excellent. They expanded the combat a lot. 6 big ass skill trees all in your face. And you're gonna need every one of them if you're playing on very hard like I did, because the damage output of the machines on harder difficulties is absurd. God damn, that was one hit kill! Early in the game, experience the 1 and 2 shot from little dudes. Later on, experience the 1 shot from Thunderjaws, who he is now a little cousin at this point because they have machines on there that the Thunderjaw, he don't even want to see them. So on this game, like I said, 6 brand new skill trees. Of course, they have tons of new weapons, new ammo types, new elemental types. They have a Valor system, which is basically a special move that you get on a cooldown, and y'all gonna need some of these because when you get to the higher difficulties, they do have something that'll give you a shield that'll recharge for a short amount of time, or maybe you want to make it easier for you to farm parts from machines, so they have weapon breaker special moves and stuff like that. But again, these are on the cooldown, so do keep that in mind. In addition to your basic attacks, I love the fact that they've added additional attacks that use what you call weapon stamina. So maybe you want to shoot 3 bows at once, or maybe you want to shoot 3 grenades at one time, or you want to shoot your traps faster, and a whole bunch of other stuff. These weapons have 1 to 3 weapon stamina moves, and then you also have your Valor surges. In addition to that, boy, I love what they did with the melee, because you're able to actually combo up this time around, and even inside the melee combos, you can create space and then finish it off with a powerful bow shot from all the damage that you've done. Once you do enough damage to a certain machine at a certain time, you create a weak point that you can do a special acrobatic bow shot and finish them bitches off. So the combat, 2 thumbs up as far as improvement goes.
You Outlanders, I'll skin you both. Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
They made it quite an experience. One of which was when I got to the southern part of the desert section of the map. Each time I went there, my frame rate would go down to about 7 frames per second, no exaggeration. I don't know if y'all experienced this, but I did. And oh my God. I don't know if this is a bug or not. I'm gonna say it is, because I hope it is. And I hopefully I don't ruin y'all experience, because maybe this didn't bother you at all, but it bothered me. When I am on a ledge, meleeing, fighting an enemy, you can't knock them off. You cannot knock an enemy off a ledge. You can't do it. It gets to the point where both of their feet will be completely with nothing under it. They're on an invisible ledge themselves, and they will not fall.
Got her in my sights! Yeah!
I do want. No! No! Man, how? I mean, hey, look, you lied to yourself if you seen them graphics and you wasn't impressed. I mean, it look good. Guerrilla Games, my boys, in the event that there's a Horizon 3, that climbing system needs completely overhauled. Oh my God, sometimes just trying to get Aloy to do the most basic things to traverse the map via climbing, like reach up or reach across so that you could jump up or to the right or left for the next section, is really hard. It's not smooth at all. It is incredibly clunky. I feel of all areas of the game that this one could probably use the most attention for another game, or I don't know if they can fix it with a patch, but that's the climbing. That climbing is not it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I just don't remember it being like that in the first game, but maybe because you have to do a lot more of that for the sequel, so I noticed it more. They added the pull caster device, which I thought was going to be more of a device that we just use to get around, period. But it seems to be utilized more for puzzles. And if you're going to add a device like that, immediately the first thing that comes to mind is when Halo added that grapple, which was very, very good to help you get around the map overall. The pull caster is used more so for completing puzzles, pulling ledges down, pulling things out to create new ways to get around the map or get through a building, as opposed to just overall using it to traverse the map. That climbing though, that climbing is buns.
Hear that? We're not leaving yet. Unpack the cart.
No, I'll be right back. Don't get comfortable.
As if that were possible here.
Now, Guerrilla Games did a good job adding quality of life improvements to the game. For example, you now have a stash. So, anytime you play a game where there's lots of looting, you run out of space. And then you gotta leave all that beautiful stuff scattered around the open world just sitting there because you don't have anywhere to put it. Once you fill up all your space on your person, they send all your stuff to a stash that you can access at any settlement, any campfire, or any shelter you can refill at all times. Because there's going to be a lot of crafting on here. Lots and lots of crafting. The last thing you want to do is run out of space on your person and you can't craft stuff. So you can go to your stash and refill all your items. That is very helpful. Also, the golden fast travel pack has been removed, but they do have a nice trade-off. If you go to any settlement, any campfire, or any shelter, you can fast travel for free as long as you are at one of those locations. So make sure you're at your campfires and shelters, and then when you get there, you have the option to save and to fast travel, then that'll make it free. Third of all, the user interface, baby, for the goddamn machines is beautiful. And there's going to be lots of farming. If you like me and you play on higher difficulties, or you just want to get legendary armors and you just want to look good and feel good, you're going to have to farm machines over and over. The user interface makes it so easy to mark and highlight your parts on the machine pink, so you know what stuff to shoot off. And do keep in mind, when you shoot machines without destroying the parts first, whatever resources are there will be destroyed. So you do have to shoot those parts off. If you're on harder difficulties, you will have to do that first. So you'll do this so much, and they did such a good job with the user interface that you'll start to memorize what parts need to be shut off. Plus, you also need to start making sure you shoot their attacks off. You shoot a cannon off a machine, he can't use it anymore. So, it's not just for farming, it's for you to be able to survive these battles, especially when you're inside of those cauldrons, because you cannot run, baby. You are committed. Lastly, I mentioned the struggles with the climbing. They do have 2 additional ways for you to get around the map, both of which I love. Number one, will help you in high ground situations. I don't want to get too specific, but you will enjoy that once you unlock, and you get that relatively early in the game. The second way to travel, which will probably be my favorite, your favorite, you don't get until late games, and games like to do this thing where one of your favorite things about the game you don't unlock until late, and you don't really get to enjoy it until basically New Game Plus comes out, and this is no different than that. So I kind of wish we'd have got that a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. But I do think they did a great job with just quality of life stuff to make it easier for us to play the game and be able to stay out there and stay immersed in the game for as long as possible, not running back and dropping off all my stuff on my inventory so I can free it up. When nobody got time for that. Is this 1v1? Oh, he hurt already. It's an Apex? Horizon Forbidden West had very few missteps in the story, but they did have one, because there's a specific arc where they really get you intrigued to see kind of what's going on. And then when you get to the part where you're going to finally get to see what they were talking about, they kill the character off screen. Guerrilla Games, you can't set me up and then not even let me see what happened. Come on, baby.
Anyone ever tell you you've got a great personality, Hades?
Sarcasm detected.
Yeah, didn't think so.
We not gonna sit here and ignore the designs of all the robotic machines they have on this game. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all that Thunderjaw, he is still that guy. But I'm telling you, that Slaughter Spine to get in your ass. Tremor Tusk. Slitherfang. Then that's just to name a few. Then they have Apex versions of each one of these. Then they have variants. Each machine is really lifelike, colorful, and they just did a great job with all the attacks and how they placed everything on the machines. And I'm a Monster Hunter fan, so this is right up my alley. I think they did a phenomenal job. This is one of the strongest points in the game's design. And I'm telling y'all, that Apex Slaughter Spine to get in your ass.
There can't be all of them.
There. What is that?
I did notice on the stealth side that there was little to no changes on the game. In fact, they took our beloved whistle away. The whistle that we all cheesed Horizon Zero Dawn with to attract enemies to our location and to override them is gone. For whatever reason, most of my game, I could not throw rocks because I think I had a bug where they just would not show up in the bottom left-hand corner of my inventory. I was able to craft with them and pick them up, but I could not actually equip them to throw them. So I don't know what that's about. But overall, as far as the stealth goes, there was basically little to no changes. I know this game is not about stealth, but they do have stealth mechanics in the game. So if you're going to have them, I do want to see some improvements made to those in the event that there is a Horizon 3. Maybe do a little bit more with the stealth, especially because the one tool that we could really genuinely use, you removed. And I know everybody kind of misused it, but maybe they could have made some changes to it as opposed to just taking the whole thing out of the game. It did make you know, hiding and, you know, basically narrowing down the amount of enemies that you're going to fight much more difficult, because some of those enemies, I'm telling you, you can be overrun by small creatures if there is enough of them. So do keep that in mind. I wish they would have done a little bit more with the stealth, but they really didn't do much of anything. So yeah.
Come on.
No, I'm not getting dragged further into this madness.
Hikaru ordered you to help me. You gonna defy him like that arrogant shit up there?
That was an unkind comparison.
All right, so let's talk about the story real quick. I thoroughly enjoyed the story. Great voice acting from a bunch of the main characters, especially Angela Bassett. Y'all didn't even know that was her. I didn't know it was her until damn near the end of the game. She voices Regala, by the way.
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tanakh!
Regala. Chief Hikaru's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy.
So, great plot twist. As far as the opening, for me personally, Zero Dawn's opening is better. It's more exciting, and it's hard to top something like that when you have the Proving, you have young Aloy, you have like that whole cinematic scene where she's in training with Rost, and then she becomes, you know, an older late teen, young adult. It's hard to top that when you have all that backstory and the foundation of her character. And then you have this game, which takes place, I think, 6 months after the first game. So once you get past the first couple hours though, I do like the story overall more on this game. But if you're not into sci-fi stories, there's a lot of that on this game and on this series, just so you know. Also, I've been dealing with open world game fatigue for about 6 years. What we have a lot of times is there are a lot of empty open world games that are just filled with what we call busy work. We have great examples of open world games, but those are few and far in between. Just to name a couple, we have Assassin's Creed Origin, we have Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. You have The Witcher 3, which I believe really set a new standard, and people took pages out of that game's book for their side quests, which is a big deal. When you play The Witcher, fully voice acted side quests with their own arcs and stuff like that. And then I seen Assassin's Creed Origin go ahead and do the same thing. And then you have that on this game. Not every side quest is, you know, fully story arced and all that, but some of them are, and when they are, they're very good. I had a lot of fun doing the side quests on here, and you know, games like this are an example of how, you know, just because somebody gives you a lot of hours doesn't mean it's quality hours. So when you get games like this, it is enjoyable. I don't care if your game is $60 and 200 hours long. Yes, you get more bang for your buck, but like if your game is ass, I'm wasting my time. This game never made me feel like that, so I do appreciate that. And you know, I really want to see more open world games really make your experience worth it, because right now they taking games that ain't open world and just making them that way, and we seen it all last gen. So shout out to Guerrilla for continuing great work with the open world side of the game.
It's not that I don't want to go with you. It's just that
Boy, this game to turn you into James Harden real fast. Prime Carmelo Anthony. Offense, you a beast. You got a whole arsenal. You got all these tools. You're able to do some of these machines so wrong offensively. Defense though, woo! I'm talking mechanically. All you can do is dodge for the most part. And when you're swimming, you can't do anything to fight underwater, by the way. So that may be something that they change in the event that there is a sequel. However, getting back to when you're on land, the gist of your defense mechanically is the dodge button. Now, when I say they can make improvements, I'm thinking system like it's on a simple level where they have a perfect dodge, where you have a perfect dodge and then maybe you do a little bit more damage with the next arrow or the next attack that you do. Little simple things like that to build on the defensive system. I'm not asking for us to come out and be a tank, but what will happen is you fight these behemoth-sized monsters, and somebody's online say they dodge every attack. You're full of shit. Some of those monsters have so many things that they can do that you're not going to be able to dodge everything. So you will be reduced to getting smacked across the damn field and being ragdolled, and all you can kind of do is spam heals to you know, to get your health back up. But other than that, you don't really have a lot of options at your disposal for defense. So I don't know what kind of stuff they can do. The possibilities are endless, especially when you see some of the other tools that they added. But I would like to see some stuff added to the defensive mechanics to improve the defense and have it be a little bit better than it is now.
End of the line, Hakon. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
I think that about sums it up for the most part. I mean, I could go on for 2 hours about pretty much any game, but if y'all want more videos like this where we talk about the game after we beat it, I could give y'all some breakdowns. Make sure y'all comment below. I could do one of these for Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever games we have going on in the future. If y'all enjoy this, make sure y'all like the video. I'm gonna holla at y'all next time. Y'all boys got me out here doing commentary and my throat hurt. Y'all know how many times I messed up and had to start over. Bye.